Now, the brief hoarder story of the director-owner of the karate school I was at from the end of 2018 to 2019. I started helping in January 2019. I was asked to come back to school with an official letter, which was the first time I was ever sent a letter. But I realised that the director wanted me to help him out at the old dojo, cleaning it and sorting it out, because it's the first time they ever sent me a letter, the only one of its kind. And I don't know if I still got that letter. Could be anywhere. But I will put, as I said, photos of the inside of the old dojo up after this explanation and brief story. But I was given a few things as well, such as don't know if it can be seen. I didn't give this to me. Actual fact is, I complained about not having any prepaid for my phone, which I should not have complained about. And so he gave me $100, but I obviously couldn't consciously take all that. So I gave him back 50 and said, with the other 50, can I buy that plastic training sword? And he said yes. So I gave him back the other 50 and he gave me that. Apparently he said, because I can't remember everything, it's worth like $150 at the time. And in March of 2019 he shouted me, paid for my karate camp as well, which cost $200 for the weekend. During my time helping him there, he also gave me a copper pendant with the motif of the school on it. He hadn't given one of those out to anyone, he says, for like 20 years. A copper pendant at this school, pronounced Koshinru, Ru meaning dragon, is that it's for brown belts, the copper pendant. And if you pass your black belt grading at this school, you're given a sterling silver Japanese character representing the school, which is supposed to represent a person's character. It's also supposed to represent fairness and honesty, all the good things that person is supposed to be. Unfortunately, some of these people at the school do not follow those philosophies that they preach. And as you can tell, I'm not very happy with this school. And so I was also shouted a VIP pass at a kickboxing event around the same period by the director, and I think there was like 11 fights from beginners to advanced, basically. So the last 2 fights were probably the best fights that were there. I will put up a photograph that I have tried to use photo editor to make it more clearer to see, but I was using my mobile phone at the time, so you get what you get, unfortunately, as well as photos of the inside of the lodgings and the balcony. Oh, and cleaning out one of the photographs will show people standing around not knowing what to do, because there's actually 3 storage rooms that are full of roaches, dead mice, everything, and money everywhere basically in one of them, all over the floor, and I mean literally money, and some old silver sterling coins from 1966, which is the 50-cent round piece that me and a few other people, students there, had found and given back to the director, because minimum they're worth $10 each minimum, and depending on their condition, obviously being coins, the more they are worth if they're in better condition. So anyway, these people are standing around in the photo because they have no idea where to start in these rooms, because they are very bad. Chock-a-block full of over 40 years worth of stuff that he's put in there. Even food and drinks that never got touched just went off. And yes, I did enjoy helping him out at the time, because sometimes people just need a helping hand without giving it too much thought, which what I was doing. I didn't expect anything in return. I even told him that he doesn't have to pay me, he didn't have to do anything. I appreciate, he even bought me lunch every single day I was there, so I cannot really complain about being looked after. As I said, I was doing it as part of my help him and helping in school, basically, because I've been there since I was 16. And I've always trained at that particular dojo, Blacktown Dojo, always. Never anywhere else, unless I went to a karate camp. So basically that school was my passion until recently. So I will try and find another school without the obsession part of it, because that's what their school can do to you, because of the way they do their black belt gradings, of wanting you to train in a different discipline because they don't teach during mixed classes. I mean, they don't do anaerobic exercises because of children. It's that simple. So I'll get back to editing. So this is part 2 of my Karate Learn history and hoarder story, brief stories obviously, known as synopsis. And I was also given this, and this is important because of, I don't have a problem with what this stands for, obviously, and don't know if you can see that, but upside down. Obviously I cannot read that. But this is the motif for Japanese character and philosophy of the school. And no, I won't throw it out, because just to have it made up, you're looking at over $1,000. But what's for me, why I'm showing this, aside from the fact that it was given to me for helping out the hoarder director, is that wherever the name of the school is inside the dojo, or any motifs or anything related to the founder, that is the direction of where the school class or the class has to face, is in that direction. So if this is up on a wall in the dojo, in the training area, the class has to face this to show respect. If you have your back towards it, you're showing disrespect. That's what I was explained over the years, how you get the class, which direction you get the class to face, if there's something like this in the class dojo. So I thought folks would like to see that. And I'll add this to the rest of the videos. This will probably go to the end of the video.